Kinger knows this, but or remembers this, but Kinger assisted on my first NHL goal. So he was a pretty good line mate. I think we celebrated. He hit me so hard after I scored that I still remember the hit maybe more than the goal. But good memories of Kinger. He taught me a lot.
Remembers all his assists too.
It's a question for him. I'll stay away from that one.
Kevin, when it comes to this event, what sort of opportunity is it to connect with all the Sabres fans in this, the southern half of Ontario who haven't been able to go to Buffalo games?
Yeah, it's a great point. I mean, it's well known that a large part of our fan base is from southern Ontario, and our season ticket holders. There's percentage of them from this area. And I think it's great. Obviously, with what we've gone through in the world the last 2 years, it had its challenges, and getting across the border, going to games hasn't been easy. So I think this is a great, it's a great opportunity for our fan base in Southern Ontario, but it's just also a great opportunity for our organization. I think you can ask any player, staff, anyone involved. Anytime you get a chance to do something like this, it's special. You want to make sure you enjoy it.
Do you feel like you'll be the true home team here, or what do you think?
Well, I guess I'll have to tell you after the game and see how the fans are. But, yeah, I think so. I think from the sense that, when players go out on the ice, it's either your home building or it's not. And if it's not, you're not in the KeyBank Center, then it's never going to feel totally like home. But I think just the fact that that is our home game, and you'll see the Sabre jerseys in the stands, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of Leafs ones too. But that'll be exciting for our guys.
Kev, these two teams, even though we all know how close they are geographically, but if memory serves me right, they've only played the one time in the playoffs. I mean, can you talk a little bit about the rivalry, the fans from each team that show up in the buildings, and what a playoff series down the road, just how electric that would be?
Well, it's you nailed it. I mean, actually, I can give you a little personal perspective. And I played in that playoff series when I was playing for the Leafs, and just going back and forth on the QEW between the two cities. And I remember being in the hotel in Buffalo and fans chanting outside. It was incredible. So there's a natural rivalry amongst the teams, and as you said, geographically for obvious reasons. But we need to do our part in Buffalo to get our team to where we want it to be. And but anytime that these two teams play each other, it's an exciting atmosphere, whether it's Toronto, Buffalo, or Hamilton. It'll be fun.
You never got the chance to get this experience. What kind of experience is it going to be for your players, do you think?
I mean, honestly, unbelievable. Like every single player that if you would ask them would say they'd love the chance to be able to play in an outdoor game. Even if they've played in it before, they'll say, I'd love to do it again. And part of it is because you do take a step back and you remember why you play the game. Like all of us grew up playing outside, and, for me in Buffalo, growing up playing on the pond in the backyard and toes frozen and, seeing your breath, I mean, you fell in love with the game doing those things. And I think it just, no matter what, it takes you back to that part of your childhood and the love of the game. And so our players will be excited for sure.
Do you think it'll take the energy up a notch, being outside, like you said, where these guys are used to playing as kids?
Yeah, I think, yes, for sure it will, just naturally. And it's at least Sabres is a big deal, just naturally as well. And then, I do think over the course of the season, you get in a routine and you're home, and then you're on the road and you're going. Sometimes when there's a little difference in the schedule or something like this pops up, it just, there's a little of a jolt of energy. So I think you'll see that from both teams.
Kevin, you're going to talk to McDermott about playing in the wind?
Well, standing here today, I was told it's not windy and it's windy, so I think I should have that conversation. I will talk to Brandon and Sean on the drive home tonight. I'll check in with them on it for sure.
Playing in an event like this on national television, it's a big stage where you guys are as an organization, a lot of young players, different faces. It's nice to be able to introduce, the hockey world and even Sabres fans who haven't been able to follow that closely this year. These are the guys that you're building around.
For sure. I think it's we've talked, Lance, over and over again about this year for us is development, building this young core of players that we want to move forward with. Some obviously on our roster now, some not even on our roster, whether that's Rochester or other places. But I do look at that is an opportunity for our players to be able to come out and perform, on a big stage. But I also look at it as a true development opportunity. There's a different level of pressure and tension that goes around these type of games, and I think that's all part of the growth. Like as you get into big games on the stretch, and then into playoff games, you have to have that capacity to perform at a high level and be able to stay the course on how you need to prepare. So I think a game like this for sure it helps our young guys, and they'll be better for it. Good?
Yeah.
Thanks for the time.
All right. No problem.
Back to